The Nigerian Air Force Officers' Wife Association, Nafowa, is a non-governmental organization. Her motto is service to humanity. The national president of Nafowa, Hajiya Hafsat Sadique Abubakar, assumed office when her husband was made the chief of the air staff. Nafowa has chapters at NAF bases across Nigeria. As the chief of the air staff is on and about vigorously repositioning the Nigerian Air Force by building the capacity of the personnel for effective service delivery, the Nafowa national president, on the other hand, is empowering the dependents to be self-sufficient, thereby lifting their burdens of the personnel to enable them perform effectively at their various duties. In the past 2 years of the administration of Hajiya Hafsat Sadique Abubakar as the national president, Nafowa has in no small measure conducted programs and projects that has impacted lives of the less privileged and her members. The Skill Acquisition Program, an initiative of the National President of Nafowa, has impacted across board the residents of the NAF bases and her environs at no cost to the participants.
Right from when I became a part of the Air Force family, upon getting married to my dear husband, who is currently the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadique Abubakar, I started taking a close look at the typical lives in the barrack. I realized that many wives had no skills that could be used to generate income, and they therefore depended solely on their husbands for sustenance, which often caused domestic problems. Besides, there were unfortunate occasions where husbands died, leaving behind a widow without skills to adequately provide for the upkeep of the family. In addition, many of the youths these days simply get formal education without possessing vocational skills that could enhance self-employment, especially these days of high level of unemployment in the society. So I had looked forward to an opportunity to address these socio-economic issues in my own little way. Naturally, when I became the Nafowa National President, I saw it as a perfect opportunity to contribute positively to the lives of dependents of our service personnel and the inhabitants of the surrounding communities by organizing the Skills Acquisition Program. We are not only training them, but we are giving them starter pack to enable them to start up a business.
In Kaduna, over 150 participants were trained in various trades and were empowered with startup packs to enable them start a business. The production crew, with the help of the chairperson of Kaduna chapter, Mrs. Okoye, visited a few out of the very many trained in her center to see how the skill acquisition program has impacted them.
So before, I'm not doing anything, but through that I learned how to sew, now to cut clothes by myself. So from there, then I'm giving the machine, I start to learn what they have taught me from there, not how to sit like that. So I start sewing at home, like that, and I'm able to get this small shop here. So after I get this small shop, and I move the machine for me. After moving the machine for me, God help me, I start have a little customers and some contracts that they give us from primary school and Air Force uniform. So through that, and then add money, as in a little bit improve myself to get this bigger one.
It greatly impacted my life because I was not very good at computer before the program, but during and after the program, I began to know little things, and I've used it to work and generate income for myself. It has really been a great advantage even for me and for everyone included in the program.
I want to say a very big thank you. It has been able to help us teenagers and youth out there to be able to pick up something very, very, very good to do. It has helped us, and people are able to call us around to come and do something, one or two things. I've been opportune to make like 3 brides up. So I'm very, 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 very grateful.
I'm very happy to our mommy. As in, she really helped us, especially those of us that are not doing anything before. She helped us a lot. And I want to say thank you, big thank you to her.
I'm a teacher. I teach in Air Force Secondary School, but one needs to have multiple streams of income. So when I was being called upon to learn something, and I decided that, wow, beads, every woman needs to look good. So at least beads, I can sell my beads to anybody. And that's why I decided to learn how to make those beads.
I was given all the materials for the bead making. So, and as you can see, these are my own creativities, okay? Yes. These are these. I have different designs of slippers.
Worthy to mention are the widows whose family members benefited or were directly trained and given the startup packs.
Honestly, indeed, I'm really so happy because I've seen the gain of what I've learned. Because it's after this program I have not buy even bag or shoe in the market again, which I never knew that one day something will come to me like that. Despite that I've packed from the barrack, where I am today, people come to buy shoe from me. Even my children's school sandals, I make it by myself. Indeed, I'm really happy because it is really a great thing to me. So I want to use this very opportunity to thank the chief wife, Hajiya Hafsat Sadique Abubakar. In fact, she really did something great in the life of most of the widows that benefit in this program.
As a widow, my daughter benefited from the last year's Nafowa training program on cosmetics. She was given some of the chemicals that they use to do the work, to start up. So after the training, she started by doing some of these things: Dettol, Vaseline, liquid soap, and so many others.
Many Nafowa members who also benefited from the skill acquisition program could not hide their joy, and some have been retained to train at the Nafowa Vocational Center.
I feel so happy. When I'm in their midst, I feel so glad. In fact, they are my friends. We flow. I keep telling them, I say they are not only here to learn from me, I also learn from them too.
I want to thank the National President, Mrs. Hajiya Abubakar, for the initiative. It has really benefited me. In fact, when I went through the program, they called me for bridal occasion to come and do some of this makeup, and it has really benefited me. Even my daughter, who was not even around, because I wanted my daughter to be part of it, but since she was not around, she was in school, so when she came, I put her through, and she's also benefiting. She told me the last time that she went for, they called her for something like that, and she was able to earn some money for herself.
Now I'm making my money with the training. I used to make the beat, wear it. See, people see me, they used to say, I like your beat. They will choose the style, then I will make it for them.
Some people look for trade to learn, even with money they can't get it. But we the opportunity to get it at a platter of gold. She even gave some of us materials and equipment to start. It's a good one. I give her kudos.
I feel very, very happy. In fact, I was really, really impressed. This shows that the effort of the national president was not in vain. As you can see, the knowledge acquired from the skills acquisition, they were able to put it in use. As you can see, we visited their various shops. You see them doing one thing or the other.
The Nafowa Skill Acquisition Program was also carried out at the Lagos Center, and participants were given startup packs to enable them start a business. At the Lagos graduation of the scheme, the Chief of the Air Staff made a promise to patronize the worthy students who impressed him with the skills acquired at the program.
You can acquire it for all female officers and women. Another thing I have seen in these schools, all we need to do is to change the campus life. to the camouflage that is approved for the Air Force. And we can buy for our goods that are trading in Peru. We are involved in a lot of renovation work and construction. I've directed the AOC Logistics Command to liaise with the people and let us use the aluminum fabricated by
The Chief of the Air Staff kept this promise.
After the training, we were given some tools to empower us to have our own tools to start our work. And also during our graduation, the Chief also made us a promise, which was actually accomplished by giving us a contract to run this building that is built for the Nigerian soldiers. And we have done the job, and we are glad to be part of the project.
Our cameras went round the base to see how the program has impacted the dependents of the Nigerian Air Force personnel and what they have to say about the initiative.
I was at home. I was not satisfied because I could not help myself. I was not happy with my life. So when the opportunity came, I grabbed it and I made up my mind that I will make better use of it. I will use it to the fullest. They gave us oven, and that was what I actually needed. So with that oven, I was able to bake, supply people small chops and bake cake for people around me, and it has been fetching me money. During the course of the program, I went to the soap department to gather information about soap. I met their tutor and she led me, put me through. So with it, I was able to come out with this product, this car wash, plate wash and hand wash. This is Kaiser, and this is air freshener. It's one of my new products. I appreciate her selfless efforts, which is uncommon. She has really done well. She doesn't know us. She has dedicated and volunteered to help up to 150 students.
I'm a personnel's daughter. I graduated from Air Force Secondary School 2 years ago. People that are getting married, they are always looking for someone that is going to make them up for their wedding. So I get informed that some people want to do wedding, so I go to wherever their wedding is and do their makeup. I would like to thank her very much because she has really given us an opportunity to embrace more knowledge.
I have a lot doing because I've learned so much from Nafowa Empowerment. As you can see, right here in front of me is my work. I'm doing it. I have other work I'm doing also. I sell them like normal or ready-made. I don't wait for customers to come, but this is my workshop. First of all, I will say thank you. Thanks to her, she has opened my eyes towards the reality of the society, that it's not just about education. Outside education, there are much things outside there to do, which is part of what they have taught us.
This is the oven Nafowa empowered me with, and then they taught me a lot, because before I don't know how to bake cake, donuts, snacks like meat pie, egg roll, beef roll, all those stuff I don't know how to do before. Both bread, now I can do it. I don't disturb my husband since I've been graduated because it's helping me. And from the money I grabbed, I bought my mixing machine with it to help me out because of the work of mixing of the cake. I want to pray for her that God will continue to bless her, to be with her and help her with the husband.
In fact, they gave me a digital camera, a Canon digital camera, and I used it for a while until I got my own professional Canon camera, which I've been using since then to better equip myself. They've touched my life. I must say that. I'm grateful for that.
Since they gave us the dryer, I started practicing at home, and people saw me doing hair for my child. They will come and I'll do hair for them, take a little change. I started be okay with it and support my husband. I just want to thank her very well for the opportunity you gave the soldier wife. May God continue promoting, and God will give you long life and peace.
Before I came, I can't paddle a machine. I can't even try to paddle a machine. It was there I learned how to paddle a machine. Like what I'm putting on is from what I was taught here. Then I also went to learn their cap they wear, the number 4 cap. And I distribute to offices through people I know.
When we started, they gave us
some materials that we're going to be working with. And after the empowerment, we're given a bundle of material. I got white. It has really impacted my life. Like after the graduation, I've gotten a lot of jobs. And as I was giving white material, I bought blue because I got a job that needed white and blue. I got a job that needed orange and white. So I just got white, blue material and orange material. So I've started working and people are paying me for it. And also when I have a contract to cook, I decorate my table very well because now I am an expert at it.
We move to Makurdi chapter, where Nafowa is also proud of the outcome of the skill acquisition program. Graduates of this center were also given the starter packs, and we visited a few to see how the gesture has impacted them and their families.
I really want to thank Hajiya Hafsat Sadique Abubakar for empowering me, because before now I was doing nothing. But with this now I can make something that I can sell to bring money to support my family.
I learned interior decoration, and the training has helped me in a very good way. For example, now after the training, I was able to do some decorations in the base. For example, maybe they have occasions like birthdays, naming ceremony, and another party. I do the decorations for them. I want to tell her thank you so much for empowering someone like me that was doing nothing before. Now I can feed my family, I can do some things apart from the allowances I get. I can take care of my children and send money to my family members through this empowerment.
This training helped me before. I didn't used to do anything, but as I learned this makeup, I used to do makeup for people. It bring money for me. I used to help my family, my children, and my relatives.
Okay, it has really helped me a lot because many things the things I need, that's financial need, I don't ask my parents, because before I do only hair, but after learning makeup I do both, and it brings a lot of money for me. It has been my dream to learn makeup, and I asked about it, but it was very cost, so I just want to appreciate her because she made me learn it for free, and it's not something that everybody can do.
I want to thank her for everything that she's doing for us. She really helped us, because before I don't used to do anything, but now I have something to do.
Since I started this bid, I don't bother my parents over little things, because I do make my goods and sell them, and I benefit a lot of money from it. I want to thank the Nafowa president, Hajiya Hafsat Sadique Abubakar, for making me be part of this skill acquisition, and I pray that God will open more ways for her so that she will bring more skill acquisition for people out there.
They gave me this laptop, a mini laptop, and we taught acquisitions, we taught Microsoft package, that's Microsoft Word, we taught Excel, Microsoft Excel, we taught PowerPoint. The PowerPoint can use it to create a package, you can use it for a presentation in a conference or somewhere. I learned how to do that, to design it from start to finish. During the holidays, some of my friends that need my help, I also help them. I can get some money from them. Very happy for what she has done, and I pray that God continue to bless her.
On behalf of my colleagues here, because before now none of us could make cake, could make donuts and so on, but with this initiative now, we are able to make cake, birthday cakes, wedding cakes. I really want to appreciate her.
I really appreciate what they did to us, at least to keep the air women busy, especially we that we are at home doing nothing. I thank God for them, for what they did to us, especially our children also. With this, at least we are busy at home helping the children by one or two things, helping our husbands at home by buying one or two things at home. So we are sending 10 boozer for them. That's for the Nafowa, sir.
I don't disturb my husband again. I even give my husband money. I support my family with this shop now. The wife of the chief of air staff, I appreciate her. She is a great mother. She is mother indeed. She don't want her women to be moving about, gossiping up and down. She is the one that made me to have this shop today. She's the root of what I am today. She made me to eat. She puts food on my table. I appreciate her. God Almighty will bless her, and God will bless her husband, will bless the family.
This machine, without this machine, without this machine, you cannot do anything. Because number one, this filing is the most important work to me for what she has done, for the empowerment she did. I think she's the nicest person for her to think to that level and say, okay, let's empower these youths instead of these youths to stay at home and be doing nothing.
I got the information that our present cast wife want to help us as a widow to have something to do, and that is how I got the information, and I went for the training. And my own is through I trade a machine how to sew, and that is what I'm doing now. We got this thread, and since I got this thread and I'm doing it, it has been helping me a lot, because my children, they are schooling. I can get a little money that I can help them to sponsor them, and I want to thank God because this thread, it make me to know that I even supposed to be in this field before, but I didn't know. Since I enter, you can see me, the cloth I wear, I'm the one that sew it. You can see this is one of the widow here. Is also sewing, and the sewing has been helping her. This mama also is sewing, while the other one, their children, they are benefiting from this aluminium, and they are doing it. So I want to say we are grateful to God through our cast wife for remembering us and our children.
Like the saying goes, a skilled person can survive in many environments. I feel really overwhelmed because going around the houses, the shops, to see them actually practicing the skill they acquired from Nafowa, I feel very happy. At least some of them were actually doing it when we got there. It shows that they really value the skill they got, and they are making use of it, feeding their families and taking care of their personal needs. I really want to appreciate the National President, Hajiya Hafsat Sadique Abubakar, for her efforts, and I pray that God will continue to bless her for more of this skill acquisition to be brought to our state.
The skill acquisition program was also carried out in Maiduguri Center, and participants were also given startup packs during the graduation to enable them start a business. We track a few beneficiaries at the Maiduguri Center to see how the training has impacted them.
After my training, Nafowa gave me this machine. So after school, I do come and make some clothes. This is one of the clothes I sewed. I've never put it in my mind that I would learn how to sew, but because of her support and her loving kindness towards us, she gave us this machine. She gave me in particular this machine, and since then it has been a change in my life because I've been using it for different things.
After the training, we are given computer. 4 of us form ourselves to operate the computer business at this shop. Yes, it's helping us to earn some little and also more knowledge on the operation. Actually, I would like to thank the Nafowa National President in person of Hafsat Sadique Abubakar, who gave us this opportunity to be part of this program and giving computer to operate the business of computer.
Yeah, I learned how to make up and then bridal soap that you use before marriage, and also how to decorate bride. Now I thank Nafowa because they gave me kits and also they beam a light into my life.
My part of the training is aluminum and zinc. So I used to store windows and the door, slice windows and the open casement with the rest. So with the help of Nafowa, before I was sitting down, I'm not doing nothing. The help of Nafowa President, she bring me light into my life and being a person of myself. We are 8. All of us were training out on Nafowa. We are 4 here because the 4 of them, they are outside. They are working site. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very happy.
With the help of Nafowa, I learned how to do this thing. After the training, Nafowa give us the materials. So now I am doing it, and I just take it a business. I can get money with it. We thank them so much because before I don't know anything, but now Nafowa make us to stand on ourselves. I can do this thing and I can sell it. Sometimes from the market they will come and take a lot, and I will gain a lot on it. So long live Nafowa, long live Borno State, long live Nigeria.
Sincerely, the program has been a nice one. It's a very good initiative, very, very in line with the motto of Nafowa, which is service to humanity. Then the national president on our own, I think she's somebody, because having the motto is different from your own person. It's somebody that is actually kind, have the mind of impacting in people's life. And I think it has really gone a very long way to change the life of those people that actually participated.
In the Port Harcourt Center, over 150 students are trained in various vocations. A very colorful graduation ceremony was held at this center. Just like the other centers, these crop of students are given startup packs during the graduation to enable them to start a business in their area of training. Some beneficiaries spoke to our crew during the graduation.
You know, I'd always wanted to learn something that I can actually do on my own. Something that I can showcase and say, this is what I have done with my hands, you know. And it's like a dream come true for me.
The depth of my heart, I appreciate Hajiya Hafsat Sadique for such a tremendous opportunity to bring us out of misery, because a lot of us are liabilities. But with such a platform, we are now eligible and, you know, reliable citizens and responsible people in our society.
Yeah, it was really, really great. I learned a lot from it. I learned a lot from it. Even the bead I'm wearing now, I made it myself. I've been making it, I've been making beads, I've been making money, using it to support my husband in the house. No need of stressing my husband to bring money. So it has really helped my family.
It's not everybody that will be in power that will remember the people that is carrying along. You understand? God will bless her for having it in her mind, like, I want to bring up women to have something to assist their family, their husband. You know, in Nigeria now, it's not easy for a man to carry all the load. But whereby a woman is adding, no matter how little you're adding, it helps in the family.
I am really fulfilled because I have a passion for decoration. I am a very creative person. Yes, and I have a passion for decoration, interior designing, and all the likes of it. So I am really fulfilled, and truly it has been a great experience here. And I must say it hasn't really ended here, because even after our course, we have taken it out to the field. I have done a few jobs. I have done even personal contracts. For instance, the just concluded party, Children's Independence Party, I was given the contract to decorate the venue, and you know, it's been really amazing. I'm so glad. I just want to say a big thank you. You know, this to me is been like another avenue really to address unemployment, you know, looking from my own history, which I have just given to you, you know. This has given us, you know, more ability, more capacity, you know, and more value, you know, added to our career life. So even if we don't get, you know, that white collar job that we're looking for, at least we could be entrepreneurs, we could practice what we have learned and of course make a living from it. So all thanks to all those who put this together for the many of us who have been looking for a place in the career field.
First of all, I would like to appreciate the leadership and the vision of the Chief of Air Staff, our daddy, and the Nafowa National President, Hajiya Hafsat Abubakar, for her efforts being put into this skill acquisition. May the good Lord continue to guide and protect her.
The Nafowa leadership took the skill acquisition program to the Bauchi Center.
This opening ceremony marks the official commencement of the 6th edition of the Nafowa Skills Acquisition and Vocational Training Program. Coming here today to NAF-based Bauchi today to kick off this program, indeed a great pleasure as an event. It's a long-awaited one. It has long been anticipated that our dear association, the Nigerian Air Force Officers' Wives Association, Nafowa, will bring this initiative to Bauchi and allow the base community and the residents of the surrounding communities and Bauchi town in general to experience this initiative, which has become the hallmark of this Nafowa administration. Today's event is a clear indication of the progress made by Nafowa over the past 2 years under my administration. One of the key drivers of my tenure as the Nafowa National President is women, widows, and youth empowerment.
Here too, like the other centers, 150 participants will also be trained by seasoned instructors in various vocational skills. The students here will be given startup packs after the training to enable them start a business. The Nigerian Air Force leadership has recognized the positive impact of the Nafowa Skill Acquisition Program on her personnel.
They have contributed very well. I think they have graduated about 900 barrack boys and girls. The widows and orphans in Maiduguri have equally benefited from this program. And the whole idea is to create this sense of belonging within the service. For people to key into any security arrangement, they must understand what stakes they have. And what I think Nafowa is showing clearly is that, look, you barrack boys and girls equally have a stake in ensuring that our bases are safe, because you are seeing the benefit of security, you are acquiring skills. And also, I think the program is aimed at assisting the mothers, the wives of officers and men, particularly wives of airmen, to really be busy while their husbands are in the front fighting. And you are aware that if the home front is not stable, then chances are that our men will not do a good job out there. So Nafowa certainly has played a very crucial role, and we are very happy with the support they have given us.
The current leadership of Nafowa has upgraded the Nafowa Little Angel School in Kaduna, that hitherto was only a crèche and nursery, into a primary school by building more structures and equipping them.
As a former parent of a child in this school, I understand very well the yearnings of these parents. This school started in the NAF base over 20 years ago and moved to this present site on 11th April 1999, where it functions as a nursery school till date. Today we are adding a well-built and a well-furnished primary school to make the education of our children on this base and its environment complete in a conducive environment.
She has made the school so comfortable for both the teaching staff and also the pupils in the school, because all the classrooms are well furnished.
The Nafowa Vocational Center in Kaduna was renovated and re-equipped for improved training of her regular students. The Little Angels School Abuja has received tremendous support from the current leadership of Nafowa. A block of 3 classrooms has been built and equipped. Other provisions include a well-furnished computer lab, well-stocked art lab, and a standard library, as well as a fully furnished Montessori lab. Another significant support is the construction and renovation of the admin block with more offices and well furnished. The Chief of the Air Staff was guest of honor at the commissioning of these projects. While in the library, Air Marshal Sadique Abubakar read a poem to the pupils, a delightful moment to remember. The current leadership of Nafowa renovated the Nafowa Little Angels School in Lagos. The Nafowa Vocational Center was also renovated, and the Nafowa Park in Lagos. The Nafowa Little Angels School Port Harcourt witnessed expansion in classrooms by the construction of another floor on a pre-existing decking and other renovations. The Nafowa Little Angels School in Makurdi is not left out, as the renovation is currently ongoing. In the bid to support the humanitarian services of the Nigerian Air Force in the Northeast in winning hearts and minds of the displaced, Nafowa took her humanitarian services beyond the borders of the base to the IDPs. The quarterly voluntary donation instituted by the Chief of the Air Staff, where Nigerian Air Force personnel donate in monetary and material items for the less privileged, gave Nafowa a boost in their visit to the Bama IDPs camp. The Chief of Medical, Nigerian Air Force Headquarters, AVM Shinkafi, and his team collaborated with Nafowa in making sure that beneficiaries are handed the relief materials orderly and timely. Another memorable visit by the Nafowa is the Dalore IDP camp, where the excitements of the IDPs fill the air. Nafowa is yet again reaching out to the less privileged beyond the NAF base. Nafowa leadership also visited the VVF patients in hospitals to extend a hand of support and bring some relief to them. Apart from Nafowa empowering her personnel dependents and reaching out beyond the borders of the base to the IDPs, Nafowa has synergy with Air Force officers' wives of other nations. One example is a visit of Mrs. Gail Walhosa, the wife of the commander of United States Africa Command, in company of her husband, who visited the Chief of the Air Staff. In her company to visit with the Nafowa was the wife of the United States Ambassador to Nigeria, Mrs. Susan Simpson. Activities of the day included the visit to Air Force Girls Comprehensive School, NAF Base, Abuja. The Nafowa Special Needs School, NAF Base, Abuja. The NAF Base Hospital was also visited. Arts and Crafts Center, as well as a video presentation of Nafowa's activities, was part of events at the Nafowa Secretariat.
Army, Navy, the Air Force, and the police. That's why you see it has 4 colors. Already going through rehabilitation in that same hospital.
Cancer is known to be deadly, but early detection is key to survival. The Nafowa Cancer Center has received boost in equipment and infrastructure by the current leadership of Nafowa, which has improved their service delivery.
National President of the Nafowa has greatly impacted by giving us newer equipment. Before, we were limited to screening only for breast and the cervix, but we now have the ability to screen men for prostate and other tumor cancer markers. This is courtesy President. She's also equipped us with modern version of the ultrasound scanning machine, which has also improved in our diagnosis, our ability to carry out advanced studies on patients whom we used to refer outside to carry out the studies. She has sunk a borehole for us and has given us a standby generator and has replaced the standing AC in the living hall in addition to other equipment. This has greatly improved our services, because before we would have shortage of water. If we're in the middle of rendering service, the light goes off, it's a problem, but we do not have such challenges anymore.
The journey so far has been great, as Nafowa is answering to her motto, service to humanity.
I remain grateful to the many organizations that have been helpful in ensuring the provision of the needed support towards actualization of Nafowa's activities. The generous voluntary donation of the officers and men of the Nigerian Air Force made our visit to IDP camps, most especially Burma IDP camp, a huge success. I want to specially thank the Chief of Air Staff, my dear husband. He is indeed a father to all. His support of Nafowa and her initiatives cannot be overemphasized. He has been a pillar and a true visionary. I am indeed grateful for this unalloyed support and encouragement.
As the saying goes, behind a successful man is a woman. So is the National President of Nafowa, Hajiya Hafsat Abubakar, the wife of the Chief of the Air Staff, a dedicated and determined woman with a heart of gold. No wonder the Chief of the Air Staff is moving with precision and doing exploit at repositioning the Nigerian Air Force for greater service delivery to Nigeria. The days ahead are very promising.